Welcome, pilots! This video is part of my guide detailing every high-security combat site. While you would normally see me flying an Ishkur in these videos, it's simply not a viable ship for this site. For the Guristas Hallucinogen Supply Waypoint, you'll likely want to use a battleship or heavy assault cruiser with a strong focus on kinetic resists. Combat signatures appear in your probe scanner window, and you must scan them down with probes before you can warp to them. Some combat signatures are referred to as DED-rated sites. DED stands for the Directive Enforcement Department, an NPC corporation that is a division of Concord. Such combat sites are given a difficulty rating on a scale of 1 through 10. The Guristas Hallucinogen Supply Waypoint is a combat signature found only in low-security systems throughout Caldari space. It can only be found in high-security space through an extremely lucky escalation from a Guristas Den. This site has a decent potential for some extremely high-value loot drops. Only up to battleship-class ships will be allowed into the site. Sources confirm the Guristas use supply waypoints in deadspace to traffic illicit hallucinogens. Transport ships enter the facility with uncut material and leave with sellable product. Each waypoint is managed by a Guristas Distributor. All distributors are considered high-priority targets. This site has a DED threat assessment of 5 of 10. You'll land directly on an acceleration gate, which you must activate to enter the first room of the site. In the first room, you'll land amongst a series of landing pads. There are 3 separate groups of Guristas NPCs who will all aggress you shortly after landing. The first group is off to the left and a little behind the landing beacon. This group consists of 7 frigates, 2 cruisers, a battlecruiser, and a battleship. The second group is to the right, mirroring the first with 7 frigates, 2 cruisers, a battlecruiser, and a battleship. The third group is above the acceleration gate to the next room. This group consists of 7 frigates, 3 cruisers, and a battleship. Much like level 4 missions, a common tactic to avoid the incoming damage is to activate a micro-jump drive and pick off the NPCs one at a time outside their range. The acceleration gate to the next room is locked, requiring that all NPCs in the area be destroyed. These storage silos and warehouses are absolutely full of hallucinogens. It looks like there's a thick layer of additional security between the receiving area and the production facility. In the second room, you'll land near a set of storage silos and 8 sentry guns. There are 4 groups of Guristas NPCs, who once again aggress you shortly after landing. The first group is below and to the left, consisting of 2 frigates, a destroyer, 2 cruisers, 2 battlecruisers, and 2 battleships. The second group is above and to the left, with 2 frigates, a cruiser, 3 battlecruisers, and 2 battleships. The third group is above and a little to the right, with 1 frigate, 1 destroyer, 1 cruiser, 3 battlecruisers, and 3 battleships. And the fourth and final group is above and further to the right, mirroring the composition of the third group. The acceleration gate to the next room is again locked, requiring that all NPC ships in the area be destroyed. There's the culprit, a high-level Gurista Distributor. It's going to take a long time for these filthy pirates to replace such an integral part of their organization. Soon after landing, you'll be aggressed by the entire room and held in place by 3 powerful stasis towers. The NPCs surround you on all sides, with 11 frigates, 1 destroyer, 10 cruisers, and 6 battleships. Among them is a Gurista Distributor in a battlecruiser. Sentry and missile towers are scattered around the room, making the overall incoming damage quite extreme. The Gurista Distributor is the primary NPC you can focus on. He always drops an 18th tier Overseer effects, and has a decent chance of dropping 1 or more Pithum B-Type deadspace modules, or a blueprint copy for a Gila. I must admit that my level of experience with this site is still fairly low, because the site escalates so rarely in high security space from a Guristas Den. It's a rare event that I run it. When I do, it's typically been in a Raven or a Demos. The Raven is a potential choice for younger pilots, as it requires fewer skill points than the alternatives. But I feel like my Raven fit from the video description could be improved, as I do find I sometimes have to warp out in the final room. The Deimos Fit, however, seems capable of tanking the entire site forever. It's cap stable even with 2 armor reps, has super high kinetic resists, and puts out sufficient DPS to handle the Distributor's active tank. I'm thinking the safest ship is likely a faction battleship like the Rattlesnake, with its extremely high DPS. Stay tuned to Riley Entertainment for more EVE Online combat site guides. In high-security Caldari space, you can probe down other DED-rated sites like the Pith Robux Asteroid Mining Site, Pith Merchant Depot, Guristas Guerrilla Grounds, or Guristas Scout Outpost. Other NPC pirates include Rogue Drones, the Serpentis, Angel Cartel, Blood Raiders, and Sancha's Nation. Throughout 2020, I completed my guide for the high-security Serpentis combat sites. If you find yourself in Galent space, you can check out those videos right now. You can find all of my EVE Online content in the gaming section of my website over at RileyEntertainment.com. This includes sections that I'll be expanding upon in the coming months for high-security combat sites, and the Cosmos missions and sites.